Hello, my friends. You're about to watch something very different than what you're used to seeing on my channel, and I'm really proud of it, and I'm very excited to share it with you. This film you're about to see answers a lot of questions I've been getting over the years in the comment sections of my YouTube videos, and I finally took the time to address all of the questions, and I dove really deep into my story, into archival footage. You're gonna see young little baby Ryan, and I hope you like it. I love it, and it's an honor to be able to share this with you. So without further ado, let's roll. There are many times in life where I don't choose the hardship. Life just throws things your way that you're not expecting. Having gone through hard times, like a 100-mile race, you know, mile 80, I think I'm gonna fall to the ground, and I keep crawling forward. Those moments get me ready for life when life hits. Yeah, why do you think you could beat me at pickleball? Yeah, I need to play pickleball with you someday.
Oh, I'd love to take you over to play pickleball.
Yeah, I mean, I'm usually pretty good at sports, but I'm guessing that's the one sport you could dominate me.
I'm absolutely certain I would dominate you.
Oh, yeah, really? Yep. I don't know, Bob.
I'm playing with Mo Siegel next week.
Oh, wow. He sounds like a big deal.
Yeah. Don't put that in the documentary.
Oh, come on, Ryan. Oh my God. Just gobs of mud. This is where I grew up. This is my house. Ba-dum, right there. And it's not only where I grew up, it's also where I came back to live after I returned from the Peace Corps. So I lived here from age 25 to 30, when all my other friends, you know, had real jobs and were buying houses and stuff. I was living in Mom's basement. This is the famous Mom's basement. Ta-da!
You knew exactly what you wanted to do, which I never knew when I was your age, you know, but you knew you wanted to host an adventure travel show, or, you know, some sort of adventure show.
Yeah.
And you just put everything out there, and it was just time after time.
It's not fun to get knocked down or to be told, no, you're not the guy for the job after having dreamed about something. So this is the garage. These are the same cobwebs from 1994. We like to save our...
Look at these skis.
Yeah, these skis are super old too. 10th Mountain Division skis. My grandpa was an honorary member. My grandpa was a total badass. He was actually in the Olympics in biathlon.
What?
Yeah, so...
What? I didn't know that.
Yeah, my grandpa's really the one that got me into adventures.
My dad was in the 1960 Olympics. He was on the biathlon. My dad had intersections all throughout his career with the 10th Mountain Division. My dad was in Vietnam twice. I mean, I just remember when my dad was in Vietnam, watching the ticker go across the bottom of the screen every night on the news of how many people were killed that day. And that's a very poignant memory as a kid. So maybe it does have something to do when you have a loved one in a danger zone. I guess, you know, the Great Divide, I was more afraid of bears than anything. I wasn't afraid of the cold and the rain and all that kind of stuff that he ended up having to encounter, but I was afraid of the bears.
Yeah, I think I was in a bit of shock. I definitely was not happy to hear that, and I really thought I could talk you out of it.
Really?
Maybe it does bring that stuff back.
You know what I love doing in the morning? Putting on soaking wet, cold shoes. Ooh, yeah, that feels so good. Of course, I want my mom to be proud of me. She's like this hero figure in my life. You know, she sacrificed so much to raise us 4 kids. Life was not easy for my mom, ever. And I didn't want to make life harder for her, but I also wanted to follow my heart.
At his baby checkup when he was 5 years old, we went in and they'd never taken his blood pressure before that.
I was diagnosed with extremely high blood pressure, so high that the nurses didn't even believe that that the machine was reading correctly. They kept on bringing in new nurses to retake it to make sure that they weren't wrong.
And it was like 160/140, which was off the charts. And they started getting, they were going to call an ambulance to come and take him to the hospital. That's how afraid they were.
I was in and out of the hospital and going through tests.
Happy birthday to you. I don't want this blue stuff on the cake.
They were trying to figure out what was causing my high blood pressure. I remember a doctor telling me the best way to combat this high blood pressure is to live a healthy life and to run. It's interesting because I go back to when I was a kid and diagnosed with very high blood pressure. My heart was giving me problems at a very young age. And my doctor's saying, hey, to stay healthy, you need to be active.
Well, his first Columbine Mile Marathon was at 5. His first Boulder was at 7.
My friend Joey had an extra entry to the Boulder. Otherwise, I would never have done it. My family didn't have the money.
They were all running it, and so I hooked Ryan in with that family. And then I was on my bike riding around the whole course to try and catch him at various places.
Started with my buddy Joey, but quickly lost him.
I don't think he stayed with them very long.
I remember running up this hill, the hardest part of the course, and digging deep. One of my very strong memories from my very first Boulder is just being out there completely on my own. And I'll never forget waking up the morning of the Boulder and my mom saying, okay, run the race. She went and dropped me off alone and said, when you get to the finish line in Folsom Field in the stadium, ask people where the lost and found section is, go there and wait, and I'll come get you. I finished the race right beside the Marines. The Memorial Day celebration, there's Marines and Army and everybody involved, and I was running beside the Marines because they had such good rhythm, left, right, left, right, left, and I remember just staying with them. If I could stay with the Marines, I'm good to go.
He ended up finishing the Boulder with the Marines.
She had the confidence to drop off her 6-year-old at a giant race, thousands of people, 6 miles long, that she would find me at the end of this thing at the stadium in some random section in the stadium. And I think back to that and I think maybe it was my mom's fault that I got into doing these big adventures on my own, because she was the one that started it all. It's so fun to hear the birds sing. You never hear a bird complaining. All their songs are beautiful, right? They're not complaining about the rain. You got this, feet. I'm cheering on my feet, yes, I know. It helps. Also, what helps is this view. Look at those colors. mile marathon is an interesting name. It's definitely not a marathon, it's just a mile. One little mile. The mile marathon takes place at Columbine Elementary. We all loved it. I still go back every year. And I went to Columbine. I worked at Columbine when I came back from the Peace Corps. I worked with the kids in an after-school program. So Columbine School is a really great place to meet friends from every place. We have wonderful boys and girls who come from all around the world. That's my song. And I also know my middle school song and my high school song and my college song. I'm a dork, okay? I won this race when I was in 6th grade. I had been training for it for months. Like, I really wanted to win. It was like the Olympics for me. I took it seriously and I won it. And that may have been my highest achievement ever in the running world. So this little guy right here is Chewini. This is my mom's beloved Chihuahua. He's so cute, isn't he cute? He's like a little alien. Hi. Little alien Chihuahua guy, he's so cute. This is my mom's pride and joy. I didn't grow up with this dog. My mom, she obviously loves us. We are her life. She is not remarried. She's been a single mom since I was a young child.
My dad was really the only male influence that Ryan had for many years after his dad moved out. So his dad moved out when he was 6. And so from 6 until 22, it was my dad that had the influence.
This guy right here, a real American hero, just like my G.I. Joe toys.
Daddy can play now.
Okay, here comes the bad guy. He's coming after Ryan's tank.
This is my grandpa, Philip Jobert, Green Beret, Army Ranger, Colonel, Olympian. Pretty amazing guy. He sent me off on my first adventure when I was 16 on Outward Bound. He was just always like a hero, you know. He was like a mythical figure almost. Mm-hmm. He didn't live here, so I didn't see him all that often, which I think added to the mystique.
You know, my dad was Special Forces. He was a really good military guy.
He would tell us about his stories, you know, when he was in the Olympics, in the biathlon, which is where you cross-country ski and you shoot. And talking about training for that up here in Colorado at Camp Hale, where the 10th Mountain Division was trained back in the day. And he talked about jumping out of airplanes and, you know, fighting in Vietnam. He was an outdoorsman, he was an Olympian, he was an athlete, he was, you know, an Army Ranger. And when you have somebody like that in your family, you want to be just like them, you look up to them. You know, I didn't turn out to be a fighter, I was a Peace Corps volunteer. But the idea of service to our country was always something that was important to him. And I think he instilled that value in me, for sure.
There's many, many ways to serve our country. Ryan found the one that fit him, and I was very happy about it. I wouldn't have liked having any children go to war like my dad did. I lived through that as a kid, so I was very happy that he took the path he did.
I joined the Peace Corps after college because I wanted to serve. I wanted to do something big, and the Peace Corps is pretty big. It's an over 2-year commitment. I worked with at-risk youth, kids down in Honduras. I lived in a little village. It was a beautiful place to spend 2 years. It was challenging, for sure. I was far away from home. I lived in a house that didn't have running water. You know, electricity didn't always work, so it was a much different vibe than living here in comfortable Boulder, Colorado. When I finished that service, I decided, you know what, I don't want to just get on a plane and be home in a matter of 5 hours. I wanted time to process the work that I had done in those 2 years and also have time to dream toward the future about what I wanted to do with my life.
¿Qué piensan ustedes sobre mi viaje a los Estados Unidos en bicicleta?
Se va a llorar.
So I thought the best way to get home, my mom did not like this idea, would be to get on my bike and ride from Honduras back right here to Boulder, Colorado.
¡Que viva Brian! ¡Que viva Brian! ¡Viva Brian!
Un abrazo. Y hay pasada para mí hoy. Sí, ¿puedo pasar? Sí.
Continuar su viaje.
Cheque. Muy bien. ¿Y qué opina de mi viaje?
Pues lo que es que es un poco riesgoso porque hay que mover con máquinas.
We always laugh about my white hair. No, I mean, I'm the one that always have my heels dug into the ground. Please don't do that. Please don't do that. And especially his first adventure when he rode his bike home from Honduras.
Front page news every day. There's always a dead guy on the cover of Honduran newspapers. I'm sitting here waiting for my last Honduran baleadas coming out of this Commodore right here.
I even had friends trying to tell him, please don't do that. You know, it's just not safe. Please. So no, if I had had any influence on Ryan, he never would have made any of these adventures.
Well, life keeps dragging me on. I've got to go. There's so much to see in this world. I just have to know.
Adiós. Vemos. Saluda a la cámara. Buena aventura, ¿no?
¿Cuánto tiempo más o menos está?
3 meses para llegar. Justo para la Navidad.
¿Sí quiere ir?
Sí.
3 meses.
3 meses.
Pues no tiene mucha prisa de llegar entonces.
No mucha prisa. Ryan loves downhill. Who loves downhill? Ryan does. Ladies and gentlemen, just as I had thought, I turned the corner, and there it is, baby, the Pacific Ocean. I've been waiting for this for so long.
Take me away. There's something I could say. Well, hey,
So this is how beautiful it is on this Friday or Wednesday afternoon. And Jeff, what do you have in your hand?
I have a glass of rum.
Well, I was really glad when Jeff joined you and that you had somebody with you. I mean, the being alone thing was scarier to me.
Yeah.
But you didn't quite tell me the whole truth about how long you're going to have somebody with you.
Or be without somebody.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Well, you gotta lie to mom every now and then to make things smoother.
Yeah.
There's other lies you don't know.
I know.
It's nice people. They're gonna let us stay in their room with them because it is freezing cold and windy.
It's not dangerous. And I want to show the world that it's not dangerous. The world is not a dangerous place. And even if the news is focusing on all this negative stuff, like that's not the world that I see, and that's not the world I want to live in.
Thanks for letting us stay at your Sueco. You're the best man in the world.
Welcome whenever, my friend.
Thank you.
Yeah, and I guess I live in a little bit more of reality. I also lived there and know it wasn't dangerous just to be there, but being on the roads with different laws and being with drug cartels and people who I know will rob Americans. So it was very scary to me.
Again, it's like the news media has filled everybody's head with that. I mean,
some of it's real.
Cartels don't go after random white dudes on bikes.
Yeah.
Like ever. There's not one instance of that.
Okay.
And they, you know.
Well, anyways, it frightened me, and I didn't.
I
I did not want you to do it.
I understand. I totally get it.
La gente nos han tratado muy bien. A veces nos dan posada, a veces nos dan comida. Hemos conociendo bastantes personas muy amables, no hemos tenido ningún problema y todo va muy bien ahora. Y estamos, muy felices, pero hoy es un poco triste porque es el último día del viaje. Vamos a entrar a los Estados Unidos hoy. There's the Rio Grande, baby. Adiós, amigo. There's El Paso. Time to put the American flag on the flagpole. We've got Honduras. We've got Guatemala, we've got Belize, we've got Mexico. Oh yeah, America, I'm back. All right, so it's pretty damn cold out here. We've got a wind chill of less than 10 degrees. We're in Socorro, New Mexico, heading to Albuquerque. My name's Ryan. I've been riding my bike for a long time, and tomorrow we ride into Colorado. I've been looking forward to going back to Colorado for a long time now. I think I'm ready. I think it was a good decision to ride my bike home. Definitely. I would not have been able to make the transition from ending Peace Corps, going straight back into Colorado. So it was good 2 months to clear my mind and ride my bike and have a good time. Getting pumped up for the last day. I never would have thought that I'd actually make it this far. Wow, it feels pretty amazing. Me, 30 seconds away from my house. All I have to do is take one left turn, and we're home, baby. Home! To Boulder! I made it! I'm home! Whee! I'm home! Now what do I do?
I walked in that door right there. That's where I came in. And when I came in that door, I knew that, man, I could finally take a break because I'd been sitting on my bike for 3 months straight. And this is where I landed, and this was the home base. And luckily, my mom was nice enough to let me live in the basement. And I was like, what am I gonna do with my life? All my friends have real jobs, they're making real money. Humble beginnings is definitely how I would say it. I slept down here on some bunk beds in mom's basement. So this is where I've been living. I'll show you here. Here is the little living room. Here's my famous bunk beds there. This is where I do most of my work. Right here, this is my big fat computer. I'd go upstairs for dinner every now and then and have dinner with her. I don't have health insurance. That comes with getting a real job, right, Mom?
Mm-hmm. What's your definition of a real job, man?
Real job? You make enough money to buy health insurance, take a lady out every now and then, get an apartment. I always thought that graduation speakers were supposed to be dignified, hero-like people with so much wisdom that it was pouring out of them. But me, you know what? I'm a little different. I'm probably your first VHS speaker who has never driven a car, who doesn't have a real job, makes far below the poverty level, and lives in his mom's basement. So after the big adventure, I thought, okay, I want to do something like this with my life. I want to be a storyteller in some way, shape, or form. I got a degree in journalism. Coming up on News Team Boulder, you think picking out the right gift is hard. How about choosing the perfect Christmas tree? News Team Kelly McMorrin explores the tricks of picking the perfect Tannenbaum. That's German for Christmas tree. So maybe I can be a writer, or maybe I can be some sort of a broadcaster. I didn't know what that all meant at the time. I heard that they were doing auditions down at Channel 54 on Pearl Street, the local public access channel. My mom tipped me off to this, so I rode my bike down there one night. My mom saw them doing some live auditions out here back in 2006.
I remember seeing the setup on Pearl Street and telling him about it, but and then he went.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's not gonna look like that much to you, but this is where my career started. BTV, Channel 54, public access. Nobody watched it, but it's where I got my chance, my start. So let's pretend cameras are on. Tony's standing right here. He's like, all right, man, tell me what you want to do. Hits record. I sit down, maybe this level, I don't know exactly. And I'm looking into the camera, and he's asking me questions.
So tell me about the show.
Tell me about the show. What are you gonna do? And I was like, I don't know, man. I don't know anything about what this whole thing means. And how about I run around Boulder and make adventure travel videos? I think he was testing to see how I was on camera and how articulate I was or wasn't, and show people how awesome Boulder is and how accessible it is to get outside and get out there and have fun and interact with nature. And he's like, great, awesome. Like, let's do this. Like, you want to do this show? You can do this show. Nobody gets paid here. That's how it works. We need new content. If you want to start doing this, let's go. And so I really liked his energy. And he was just one of those kind of guys. It's like, within 15 minutes of knowing him, he gave me a show on public access. Ryan Van Duzer. Nice.
Hello and welcome to another fun and exciting edition of Out There. My name is Ryan. I love life. Hi there, my name is Ryan, and it's time to get out there! How close was the idea I pitched him in that moment to what I actually did with the rest of my life? It was pretty spot on. And I'm here to share all of my adventures with you. Not in there at all. Nope, get out there right here with me. I'll show you, come on. There was no YouTube at this point. The only way to like broadcast yourself was to be on TV, and I didn't have any experience, so I couldn't just jump into like a network channel. I started at the very, very bottom, and that was channel 54 here in Boulder on public access TV. Oh yeah, get off your couch and get out there. Now it's your turn to get out there. Now get off your couch, that one right there, yep, that one, and come out and play. I didn't think anybody would watch the show. Why would they when there's so many other good things on TV? It's one of those channels that you usually just skip by quickly when you're surfing through and you're like, what is this garbage on this local channel? Welcome to the secret cave. So I didn't think anybody would watch it, except for maybe my mom, because she loves me and she supports everything I do. How much do you charge us to live here?
$20 a week.
What? I thought it was $20 a month.
No, $20 a week.
Did you know that? You've been paying that?
No, I haven't been paying. She just takes it out of my bank account.
You have access to our bank account?
Yes, I do, and yours has been reduced as well by that $80.
Do you have fun watching us do what we do?
Sometimes, and I have some fun sometimes participating in what you do.
When's the last time you laid down on a road, Mom?
It's been a while, right?
Pretty soon, I started getting recognized around Boulder, and people started calling me the out there guy.
Ryan Van Duzer's so hot.
You just ruined
to see him.
Good to see you, man.
You guys amazing stuff.
And a lot of times, it was like college kids. I would go to the bars and these college kids would be like, oh my God, you're that dude on TV. We come home from the bars super drunk at like 2 a.m. and your show is always playing. Today we're going swing biking. And people loved it, I guess, because it showed them Boulder, which is cool. And I don't know, it was a way for them to connect with Boulder maybe in a way they hadn't seen before. And I was goofy and fun. Get up off that couch, go do some adventures, have some fun. Since it is the holiday season, make sure to be extra nice to everyone. But it felt really good to get recognized, not just because I'm like searching for fame, but because my initial goal with all this is to really inspire people to get outside and try things out. And people would come up to me and be, oh, I saw that episode where you went on that pipe run through the mountain and I took my kids on it, you know? And that was really the goal, like the 100%. Like I wanted people to watch what I'm doing and say, well, that guy's having a blast. I wanna go do what that guy's doing, and then go out and do it and take your friends and your family.
Do you find yourself sitting on the couch day after day, watching mindless TV, eating junk, and falling into a trap of laziness?
Well then, you need the Out There Pill.
What's the Out There Pill?
This is the Out There Pill. Little, pink, different.
Here, try this.
The Out There Pill has not yet been approved by doctors and may cause erratic behavior, but that's a good thing.
I don't have any plans to move back here, but you never know. As you can see, there's nobody down here now, so I could save a whole lot of money. I would edit it right here. There used to be a desk that went right through here. And I edited a lot of the show right here. I would sit down, my little iMac, thought it was so cool.
I need a multi.
We came for the toilet paper. Basic red will do. This is my favorite part of the grocery store. The blood pressure machine. The reason why I'm here is because I was diagnosed with high blood pressure a long time ago. So I gotta check, make sure I'm healthy, you know? Make sure living at home is not driving me crazy. Oh.
That's not very good.
That's not very good. It was better than that for a while. Uh-oh. That'll worry you, Mother. Let's do it again. So I did live here for a little bit, from age 25 to 30. I didn't think I was gonna stay here this long. I thought I'd come home from the Peace Corps, stay in Mom's basement for a few months while I got my stuff together, and I realized it was nice to not have any rent. So in the dreamometer of Ryan becoming a TV host, 10 is like becoming like a travel channel TV host. That's the ultimate goal. Number one is like public access. So community access is just a stepping stone toward becoming a TV host. I hope, that's the dream. I'm really enjoying what I'm doing, but I don't want to stay there for long. I'm not making any money. I'm living in mom's basement. You know, it's fun, but it was just, you know, getting my foot in the door. So while I'm doing that, I'm building up enough material to send out show reels to different production companies to say, hey, this is what I look like on TV.
Hi there, my name is Ryan, and I like doing things the hard way.
And I would watch TV shows that I enjoyed watching, like on Travel Channel and PBS, and I would wait till the credits would roll and I'd find some contact info and like email these people, just cold call tons of people, like here I am.
I've paraglided off mountains.
Today is a beautiful day to fly a kite. Or should I say, that kite is gonna fly me.
I've gotten spit on by a killer whale. And I've worked at a giant fish market in Korea.
Sea bass! During this time period, online video is becoming a big thing. YouTube is becoming a thing. Newspapers are wanting more online video on their websites. So I start making online video for my local paper here in Boulder. And to me, it was a big deal. Like, whoa, I'm working for the Daily Camera and I'm making $50 a video. And it was exciting. So it wasn't just public access. Now I was on the local newspaper website. And really the bigger break during this whole time period was I was watching Travel Channel and they had a commercial for the Travel Channel Academy. And they were saying, hey, you can come learn how to be a travel show host. We will teach you how to shoot and edit and host. And you could get hired by us if you go through this training. It was $2,500, which to me at the time was a monumental amount of money. I ultimately decided to go for it. And it was really exciting. I flew across the country. I go to the big Travel Channel buildings, which at the time are also owned by Discovery. So I was like, oh, this is my dream come true. And I made some contacts. And through that experience, I did get hired by the Travel Channel to do a few very small projects. And the very first project I ever did with the Travel Channel was making haunted house videos for one of their Halloween shows, which was totally random, but it was exciting, it was cool. I was making content that was gonna be on national TV. This was probably like a 6. You know, I started at public access, that's 1, then started doing online videos for the Daily Camera, and now I was working for the Travel Channel. I was following my dream, I was moving forward, so I was psyched. So for the next few years, Travel Channel did throw me some jobs. And this was for their website because they wanted to say, hey, come to our travelchannel.com website and you can learn all about, you know, Atlanta and all the fun things to do in Atlanta or Texas or wherever I was. And I was living the dream essentially. I was hosting content for the Travel Channel. Even though it wasn't on TV, it was legit and I was making real money to the point where I finally make enough money to get a small loan where I can get an apartment in Boulder and move out of mom's basement.
So you ready to help your son move into his new house?
Let's do it, Ryan.
Oh! All right. Good work. Here's all the bikes in the garage. The bikes are gonna be going someday soon.
So my mom always wears sunglasses when she knows she's gonna get teary-eyed. And this is a big moment in my life, right, Mom? Are you excited about me leaving?
I'm excited for you.
What does that mean?
I'm excited for you.
Oh, you're not excited?
No.
You're gonna miss me?
Yeah.
Turning it off. It works. It's kind of a loft. There's no walls, no door. It's open. So I can wash my own clothes. As they say in cribs, this is where the magic happens, right?
Yeah.
Right here, right, Mom?
Right.
Happy dance at my house.
My beans, a lot of beans. Mom's setting me up with some food. All right, so here's the bathroom. Look at that. Hello, everybody. Of the big windows. You walk out the doors. You can see are the mountains of Boulder.
So when I say that I'm making real money, what I mean is I'm making max $30,000 a year and I'm living in an affordable housing unit. So yes, it's real because I was making almost nothing. To go from there to 30,000 is a big jump, but still, I'm not rolling in it.
So Paul, what are we gonna do now? We're gonna christen the house. We gotta make sure these stairs are safe
for a fire exit in case you happen to be at the top on your bicycle and there's fire.
Oh yeah! Fall. At this point, I was 30 years old? Yeah, 30. Just saying that out loud is funny because most kids move out of their parents' basement when they're 18. Here I am at 30. And this is a nano brewery. What does that mean?
Nano brewery, it just means we're really small. Okay. But it's not the size that matters.
No, of course not. We all know that.
Yeah. Yeah.
My beer's bigger, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
So right now, I'm making content for the Travel Channel. Yay! I've done it. I did it. Dream come true, right?
Welcome, Ryan.
Little do I know that, in 1 month, everything's going to come crashing down. And that is exactly what had happened. I had a handful of jobs with Travel Channel. I was making fairly good money. I was living on my own, living the dream. I had a project all set to do in England. And my contact at the Travel Channel said, hey, Ryan, I'm really sorry, but all of the projects that were in production are going to be canceled. If we're going on the dreamometer, like if I had gotten this job, we're talking like 8. It was good money and good exposure. And then after the phone call, all the way back down to like 0, really. When I get down, and I'm down a lot. Like I know I'm Mr. Happy Pants on YouTube, but there's a lot of times where life is hard and confusing and scary, and I don't know what the next step is.
I'm singing in the rain, just riding my bike in the rain at the top of the world. But you're like, all right, I didn't get this job. There's something else out there for me. There's enough abundance in this world that I will someday make it. Have I made it today? I don't know. What am I doing? Where am I going? The mosquitoes are all over me. Oh, man, this is not fun. I don't even care about the rain anymore. It's the mosquitoes. Every time I got knocked down, I get back up. Whether I'm running a 100-mile race or if I'm going for my dream job. It's like, I'm gonna get back up and I'm gonna have a smile on my face and we're gonna keep on going.
Hi there, my name is Ryan Van Duzer, formerly known as the Out There Guy. I'm sitting in a hotel, the Grand Plaza Hotel, Beachfront Resort and Conference Center in St. Petersburg, Florida. And I'm going over some scripts that I have here because tomorrow is my first big time shoot for the History Channel. What kind of makeup are we putting on here? MAC makeup. This is my first time.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. It's amazing how life has changed. Last week, I was in New York auditioning for this job, and I was a little distraught with where I was in the world and my life, and here I am now, 1 week later, in a nice hotel room with a balcony overlooking the ocean, getting ready to shoot a big time show with big HD cameras and dollies and all sorts of fun stuff. And actually, I got to the airport today, and they picked me up in a Lincoln Town car.
I was the host of this historical adventure show called Savage World.
Updegraff's journal takes us into a world less tame. Before his journey, tales of shrunken heads were known only as South American legend.
Oh man, I was so excited about that. I got a call from a casting agent in New York City who I had met through other casting calls. They said, we have a show that might be perfect for you. So I got the job. We shot the pilot. That was exciting. Usually you think, okay, if the production company's on board and the network is on board, it's gonna become a thing. It's gonna become a show. And finally got word that it just wasn't gonna go anywhere. And I don't really remember why now. Maybe I blocked these things out of my memory. But that was a huge bummer because I really thought that this show was finally gonna be on TV. And this was a TV show. This wasn't the Travel Channel online stuff. This was a TV show on the History Channel.
This is the beginning, my friends. So all the fans of the Out There Guy, I'm sorry. I think the out there guy, is on hold for right now. Now he's Savage World guy. So tomorrow, wish me luck. It's midnight, I gotta be up at 6 hours.
So in my mind, I'm already envisioning like what's gonna happen if I get this show. I'm gonna make good money. I'm gonna like be living out my dream, traveling the world, leading to other jobs. So if I get this job, it's a 10. I'm a TV host, right? But I don't get the job. Back down to 0.
This is excruciating. It's taking every ounce of energy to move my body forward. And it's a mix of walking and jogging. And I'm just talking to myself. Just keep going, Ryan. Go, Ryan, go.
If anything happens to you, if you're dreaming for something really, really big and you like, all you want is for this to happen and it doesn't happen.
I mean, just keeping it simple. One foot in front of the other, because this is beyond hard. This is where it's all mental.
Whatever your why is, that's what you have to follow. I wanted to travel the world to tell stories, to hopefully inspire people in some way, shape, or form.
Here, 9 ordinary people leave their lives behind to embark on a personal quest that will change their lives forever.
My name is Ryan. I'm a pretty accomplished endurance athlete. I've ridden my bike all over the world.
I've never done anything like this in my entire life. I've done some pretty hardcore traveling, but I've never done anything like this where I'm completely living off the land. This is adventure at its purest form.
The next big break was getting on a Discovery Channel survival show. And I was chosen to be on the show, which was amazing.
Dreamometer?
Dreamometer at this point is 10. Dreamometer is like, I am going to be on the Discovery Channel. I am in Venezuela. This is a very big deal. And even though it wasn't like a TV hosting job, it was still national or international exposure. The show is the hardest thing I've ever done in my life. It's a survival show. Long story, very short. It was about 30 days. We didn't have camping equipment, any gear. We suffered. I had bug bites all over my body. I didn't eat real food for 30 days. We were eating termites and grub worms, horrible stuff. Lost over 30 pounds. I looked horrible when I got out of there. And I pushed myself mentally and physically further than I'd ever been pushed in my life. And at the end of the show, instead of a prize, who is there? And this is so crazy.
We're getting near the center of town.
When the truck gets to the Central Park, I can see off in the distance this person with gray hair.
Oh, my mom's here. My mom is here.
Really?
And I jump off of that truck as fast as I can, and for the first time in 26 days, I run. I have energy to run.
They flew down all of our parents. My mom is there at the very end, and we don't know this. And so we've all lost tons of weight. We're miserable, and we make it to this town, and oh my God, there's my mom across the town square, and I just break down in tears, and it's like the best moment of my life.
And I give her the biggest hug I've ever given her in my life.
Every day when I got hurt, I thought of you.
Oh my gosh.
I did this for you, Mom.
When I get home from this trip, I'm excited. Okay, I made it out of the wild on this show. It's gonna be on international TV. This is gonna be huge exposure. Yay! Even though it's not a TV hosting job, maybe it'll help me in my career.
Hello, everybody! Happy Thursday! I made it!
The funny thing is, the show starts playing, and by episode 4, we hear that Discovery and the production company are having some issues, some infighting. And so they take our show from prime time and bump it to like midnight. So essentially they killed the show.
Oh, it's so good to see you, Shadow. It's been a long time.
I'm bummed out that the show didn't really turn out to be what I thought it was going to be. But at the same time this is happening, there was an international contest called Paradise Hunter.
Good evening and welcome to the Paradise Hunter 2011 host announcement.
The premise of the show is the Paradise Hunter travels all around the world making like a 13-episode series, and you're searching for your own personal paradise.
We launched a worldwide online search for the host of our upcoming TV series.
And when you finish filming the whole season, you look back and you say, you know what? Bali was my paradise, and that's where I want to live. And so the idea was that they were going to buy you a home wherever you wanted to live from all the 13 episodes that you created throughout the year. Amazing, right? Sounds like too good to be true.
The response was overwhelming, as 700 travel enthusiasts submitted their application videos and nearly 1 million votes were cast by the public. Over the past 6 months, we've narrowed the search to our 10 finalists, and tonight, one of those people will become the next Paradise Hunter.
Of course, this was like everything I ever wanted, right? My own TV show, and I get to live in one of these places. They're going to buy me a vacation home. Incredible. On the announcement day, I was actually doing a job in New Mexico, and I remember having to watch this like live stream of like the announcement.
Oh my gosh, I'm in a hotel in the middle of nowhere by myself. Oh my gosh.
I had the opportunity to travel to each of our applicants' home cities for screen tests.
The guy who's like running the show, he dreamed this up, travels to visit each of us, all 10 of us from around the world. It feels almost like the Willy Wonka chocolate factory deal here, you know, where he comes and he hangs out with you and he does some screen tests with the camera to see how you are.
From there, it was down to Boulder, Colorado to meet with Ryan Van Duzer. Ryan's passionate about travel and other cultures, and while he has a laid-back approach, he combines that with a high level of positive energy.
And I'm sitting there, I'm so excited, so excited. My mom's watching in Boulder, my friends are all watching, you know, they've all been following this process.
Each of you would make a great host, and you've inspired us all. That said, we can have only one host for the TV series. It's my pleasure to introduce the 2011 Paradise Hunter.
And he announces my name.
Ryan Van Duzer.
And I was shocked. It was like I had just won the lottery. I remember jumping on my hotel bed, going crazy, calling all my friends. They were calling me.
Woo! Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, I'm jumping. Woo! Oh my God, I'm jumping on the bed in the hotel. I'm jumping on the bed in the hotel. Oh.
Dreamometer, 10, I got the job, the dream job. I'm gonna travel the world. I'm the Paradise Hunter. Boom, all the way back down to 0 in an instant. We filmed a couple episodes that never saw the light of day. It was almost like it was a scam. And it didn't happen. It just didn't happen like the way they had promised it to be at all. And it was crushing once again.
What is going on? My eyeballs and teeth are full of sand.
You just put everything out there, and it was just time after time getting turned down, you know, from the Paradise Hunter to the History Channel to Discovery Channel, and you just kept doing it. And I was just so impressed that you could just keep putting yourself out there because it's so hard. So I'm really proud that you're able to do those things.
Thanks. Yeah, and it's maybe I learned it from you. You know, being a single mom with 4 kids.
Mm-hmm. Maybe. Yeah.
Maybe just sitting here talking with you, hearing this really means a lot to me. Because it has been so hard. So hard. But to hear you say that you're proud of me means a lot.
He has many people in his life that are rooting for him to go do anything and everything. That's not me. I get sometimes concerned about the number of people that are like, oh yeah, you go do that, you go do that. Well, I don't care about him as much as I do. Nobody loves him as much as I love him.
The
dreamometer has been like a roller coaster where I thought I was gonna get it and then down, pop, 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 pop. At this point, I'm throwing away the dreamometer. I'm not gonna be a TV host anymore. That's okay, I've come to peace with this. I'm gonna make a go as a YouTuber. But I was not an overnight success on YouTube by any means. It took quite a while to build up my subscribers to the point where, okay, maybe this is something that's actually going to work. You know, Forrest Gump was very influential. I love that movie. I still love that movie. And I think back a lot when he decides to run across the country. And he starts by himself, and then as he goes on, he's attracting more people because it's this inspirational story of this guy doing something insane. And by the end, he has a whole army of people running right behind him. And so when I'm on my adventures, that hasn't happened to me, but I imagine something like that happening through my videos. People are there with me, and I'm showing them the world, and I'm showing them how beautiful it is, and how beautiful humanity is, and how wonderful it is to be out in nature. Here we go, team. Ole, 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 yeah! Ta-da. And live, love. I've always been led by my heart. It always leads me to the right place. Something bad happens, and in your mind, it's just a catastrophe. But in reality, it's a blessing in disguise. My high blood pressure diagnosis when I was a kid was a blessing in disguise. Because my heart was giving me a hard time, that's really why I started running and biking, which led to all sorts of other adventures and exploration. I don't want it to be over. I'm gonna miss you all. I'm gonna miss you. Let's ride extra slow. Savor every minute. What I learned through the whole TV journey was that even though I sometimes got the jobs, the big jobs, it was somebody else's agenda. I was just some guy that could memorize lines and spit them out in front of the camera. So here I am daydreaming amongst the aspens, and I run into this group and I'm like, on your left. And I go by, they're like, Ryan Van Duzer, how you going? Good, good. Nice to meet you.
I just discovered you accidentally on YouTube. Next thing you know, I was on my bike every day.
I wanted to share my heart and my soul. I wanted to create content that I truly created from deep within me that I felt was bringing value into the world. Hi there, my name is Ryan, and it's time to get out there! I love it.
The guy that used to be on the couch.
That's so cool. You got out there.
Yes,
you did it. And what's up, brother?
Hey, Duzer, man, good to see you.
What's your story? What inspired you to get out here?
Oh, the first thing inspired me, you. Get out there. Get out there. I'm talking to you. Get out that couch.
Man, you know what? You're going to go do the Tour de Ville race, and you're going to meet your guy, Ryan Van Duzer.
Well, I'm going to meet you.
Right.
So, tell me, you have a dog with a really cool name. What's your dog's name?
Duzer.
Duzer. What inspired you to name your dog Duzer?
You. Watching your videos. I said, let's name him Duzer.
Well,
I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you, man.
Thank you, thank you.
I'm proud of you.
I'm out here.
You got out here, brother.
I'm out here riding as much as I can.
And I'm so excited to bump into you. That is so cool. You have no idea how much of an inspiration you've been to me. I was 544 pounds and I developed AFib. And I thought, I need to be like that guy. I need to constantly just be smiling and happy and learn how to be that kind of excited. And I think a big part of it has to do with the fact that you ride a bike everywhere.
How long has he been singing that song?
He's been singing it ever since he's been watching your videos. So any tunnel, we have to sing it. We love it.
So combined with a very strict diet and a whole lot of bike riding, I lost 245 pounds in 16 months.
Wow, this is so cool. What a great moment.
Now I've met one of my heroes, Ryan Van Duzer, and I'm going to go on an adventure of a lifetime.
So flashy, so flashy, so whammy. So my YouTube channel is full of goodies. You can watch the entire series of The Great Divide, my ride in Sweden, all over Mexico, all over the world, really.
And, you know, you saw some clips about my bike ride home from Honduras. I wrote a book about that experience, and I'm very proud of that book. And you can buy it at DuzerBook.com.
It's so inspiring to see so many people that are motivated by you and love the adventures that you do. And I feel like I'm that reel that's just kind of pulling you back just a little bit, just, you know, just keep thinking about being safe. And
yeah, and I'm out there safe for you. I want her to be on my side. And on the other side of that, I'm like, I will do my best to make you feel safe. So every day I'm on an adventure, I will text her and let her know that I'm okay, that I'm like gonna go to sleep now. I found a safe place to camp so that she can go to bed and not worry about me. So that was the deal. And that's still the deal to this day. I text her every single day I'm on an adventure. So you've come to the end of the movie. We're about ready to roll the credits, and hooray, I figured it out, right? We're all good, I made it to the top of the mountain. Not at all. And I know a lot of you out there are in similar boats where you're like, I don't know my next move, I'm worried about my job, or projects, money. I totally get it. I am right there with you. It's official, it's official, she beat me.
I had a feeling that
She had a feeling. Oh, mom's talking smack. And so for me, I think, okay, I just need to keep on making the next right decision. I need to do my best at all times. I need to keep on dreaming. That's a big part of this. Keep dreaming and have hope and put everything into action. Like, things don't happen without action. You have to really work hard. You have to really want it. And you've seen throughout this film, like, I've really wanted this. I've been relentless about this. But that doesn't mean I'm safe. Doesn't mean I'm living on a mansion on top of the hill right now. Here we go. I don't know where I'm going next. I know that I'm hungry right now. I want to go get a burrito. That's my next right decision. Hey there. Thank you so much for watching this. I know it's very different from my typical content, and that is because my dear childhood friend, Ryan Fencehood, created this for me. I did not edit this. I did not shoot this. This is the first video ever on my channel. That's his thumb right there. He helped me create this video, and it's been a dream to work with him. That's his foot. That's his foot. Look at his beautiful foot. And I appreciate all of you, as always. Thank you so much for watching my videos, and like and subscribe. Thank you. And if you want to help my channel financially, consider joining my Patreon. You will get early release videos with no ads, and every month I do a virtual burrito dinner where we all get to chat and eat burritos together, which is tons of fun. But yeah, this has been a little bit different for me, and I just really hope you enjoyed it. And I want to let you know that I appreciate all of you, because this whole story that you just watched, this whole roller coaster, and where I am now, when I talk about gratitude, I am incredibly grateful for right now in this moment to have all of you. I truly am. This is a dream come true. I wanted to be a TV host. Being a YouTuber is 1,000 times better. And it's because of you, it really is. And the goal always is to hopefully inspire you to get up and get out there and challenge yourselves. And maybe this video inspired you in some way, shape, or form, or another video did. And I just want to let you know that you can do it, and I believe in you. Am I in focus now? Okay, here we go. Are you ready? Get off your couch and get out there.